Since time immemorial, humans have been obsessed with inventing various ways to inflict pain, maim, or kill each other. As punishment for theft or adultery, for extracting information, for coercing political or religious views. These devices were used at the executioner's discretion and for any purpose. Fortunately, only reminders of those cruel tortures that people were subjected to in ancient times have survived to our century. Just the sight of these horrific devices sends shivers down one's spine. Head crusher, a popular method of torture that was especially often used by the Spanish Inquisition. The chin was placed on the lower support and the head under the upper cap. The executioner slowly turned the screw on the lid. The victim's head was gradually compressed, first destroying the teeth, the jaw, and then the base of the skull. Death came slowly and with excruciating pain. Some versions of this device included small containers that, in addition to everything else, also squeezed the victim's eyes out. This tool was an effective way to obtain confessions, as it could be stopped at any time after obtaining the necessary information, leaving the victim alive but maimed. Finger screws. Finger screws were considered by medieval inquisitors to be no less effective than the head crusher. As a way to make a person talk, the executioner turned a special screw on this device, and the victim's fingers were slowly compressed by the iron bar. The screws were tightened to such an extent as to cause excruciating pain and were secured with a lock. The unfortunate person could be left in such a state for several days. Dying from such torture is hardly possible, but experiencing long and terrible pain is quite likely. This was often what the executioners needed. Shame mask. Initially, the shame mask was worn by quarrelsome wives and women caught displaying rudeness in public or practicing witchcraft. The mask was a metal structure fastened to the victim's head. Although the mask was not deadly, it was far from pleasant. In the front part of the construction, there was a sharp metal gag that seriously injured the victim's tongue and lips when they attempted to speak. It was not just difficult to say anything or even move the mouth, the victim experienced excruciating pain. Knee crusher. Another tool that was popular among the Spanish Inquisition due to its versatility. The instrument was equipped with sharp spikes on both sides of the handle. The number of spikes varied on different devices from 3 to 20. Some of them were preheated to make the torture even more painful. When the executioner turned the handle, the spikes slowly pressed against each other, piercing through the skin of the legs and breaking the bones of the knees. Although the use of the knee crusher rarely resulted in death, the process was excruciatingly painful and traumatic, leaving the person disabled for life. This torture was also applied to other parts of the body, including elbows, hands, and even feet. The Catherine wheel. Before tying the victim to such a wheel, their limbs were broken. Afterward, the accused was placed on the wheel, and as it turned, the person's arms and legs were further shattered, causing unbearable agony. After all this, the victim, who was turned into a shapeless mass on the wheel, was left to die. Some died from pain shock immediately, while others suffered in terrible agony for several days until they finally lost consciousness. It is both astonishing and very frightening to realize that just a few centuries ago, such cruelty raged across our planet. Some torture devices are truly shocking, making us grateful that we live now and not back then. Unfortunately, we did not witness those terrible moments in human history. That's all for now, friends. Thank you for watching. Good luck. Take care of yourselves.